Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you are working with Angular, you know that RxJS isn't just a library, it's the backbone of modern, reactive applications. But with over 100 operators, where do you even begin? It can feel overwhelming. That's why today, we are cutting through the noise. We are going to break down the 20 most important and frequently used RxJS operators that you'll use daily in your Angular projects. Mastering these will make your code cleaner, more declarative, and incredibly powerful. So, fire up your IDE and let's get reactive. I will break down the 20 most used RxJS operators in 6 sections that you'll use daily in your Angular projects. Section 1, Creation Operators. Section 2, Pipelining and Transformation. Section 3, Timing and Control. Section 4, Combination Operators. Section 5, Higher Order Mapping Operators. Section 6, Error Handling and Sharing. We'll start at the very beginning, creating our data streams, or as they're called in RxJS, our observables. Section 1, Creation Operators. These operators are your starting point. They generate observables from various sources. The of operator is the simplest way to create an observable. It takes a sequence of values as arguments, emits them in order, and then immediately completes. In the given example, we import of from RxJS. We then create an observable called framework that will emit the string Angular, followed by React, followed by Vue, and then it will complete. The .subscribe method kicks everything off, and its next handler logs each value, while the complete handler runs once the stream is finished. The from is more versatile. It can convert almost anything into an observable, including arrays, promises, and other itables. This is perfect for integrating RxJS with existing data structures. In the given example, here, from takes the user's array as its input. It then creates an observable that emits each element of the array, one by one. Our subscription receives the first user object, then the second user object before completing. Section 2, Pipelining and Transformation. Once you have a stream, you need to work with the data. That's where pipeable operators come in, and they are all chained together using .pipe method. The pipe method isn't an operator itself, but it's the mechanism that allows you to chain operators together. Think of it as a pipeline where your data flows through a series of pure functions. You'll see it in every example from now on. Map is your go-to for data transformation. It works just like the array map method. It applies a function to each value emitted by the source observable and emits the result. Data from users flows into the pipe. The map operator receives each user object. For each object, our function user is equal to user.name.toUpperCase pulls out the name property and transforms it to uppercase. The map operator then emits this transformed string, which is what our subscribe block receives and logs. Just like the name says, filter emits a value from the source only if it passes a certain condition you provide. It's essential for selecting the data you care about. In the given example, the filter operator evaluates each user object with the provided function user is equal to user.status triple equals to active. If the function returns true, the user object is allowed to pass through the pipe. If it returns false, as it does for Frank, the value is discarded. The first operator emits only the first value from a stream. You can also provide a predicate function to find the first value that matches a condition. It's great when you only need one value to proceed. In the given example, the first operator inspects each user. The first two users don't satisfy the condition user.role triple equals to admin. When the third user is emitted, the condition is met. First immediately emits this user object and then completes the stream, ignoring any subsequent values. Section 3. Timing and Control. RxJS gives you powerful control over when data is emitted. The interval operator creates an observable that emits an incrementing number at a specified time interval. It's perfect for timers or polling actions. In the given example, interval 5000 creates an observable that waits 5 seconds, emits 0, waits another 5 seconds, emits 1, and so on, indefinitely. This is useful for repeated tasks, but it's crucial to remember to unsubscribe to prevent memory leaks. Since interval runs forever, we need a way to stop it. Take is the perfect companion. It allows you to take only the first n emissions from a source and then completes the stream. In the given example, here we pipe the output of interval 1000 into the take 5 operator. Take will allow the first 5 values 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 to pass through. As soon as the fifth value is emitted, Take automatically completes the stream and unsubscribes from the underlying interval. Section 4. Combination Operators. In Angular, you often need to combine data from multiple sources, like several HTTP requests. These operators are your solution. ForkJoin is the RxJS version of promise.all. It waits for multiple observables to complete and then emits an object or array containing the last value from each one. It's perfect for parallel, independent API calls. In the given example, we pass an object to forkJoin. It subscribes to both user and settings internally. It then waits. After 1 second, user completes. After 1.5 seconds, settings completes. Once all input observables have completed, forkJoin emits a single object with the same keys, containing the last value from each respective stream. combineLatest operator is incredibly useful for reactive UIs. When any of its input observables emit a value, combineLatest emits an array of the latest values from all inputs. It won't emit anything until all inputs have emitted at least once. In the given example, we use behavior subject here because it holds a value. combineLatest takes an array of R2 subjects. It immediately emits kg, 80 because both have an initial value. When we call value $.next, 82, the value $subject emits a new value. This triggers combineLatest again, which emits the latest values from both streams, array of kg and 82. Concat subscribes to observables in sequence. It will not subscribe to the next observable in the list until the previous one has completed. This guarantees order. In the given example, concat first subscribes internally to cached data. It emits cached data after 500 milliseconds and completes. Only after that completion does concat subscribe to fresh data. It then waits another 1000 milliseconds before emitting fresh API data. The total time is sequential. distinctUntilChanged is a huge performance booster. It prevents emissions that are the same as the previous one. It's a must-have for user input to prevent redundant operations. In the given example, the distinctUntilChanged operator remembers the last value it emitted. The first value, RxJS, is new, so it's emitted. The next value is also RxJS. Since it's identical to the previous one, it's skipped. Angular is different, so it's emitted. The first React is emitted, but the second is skipped. DebounceTime is the classic operator for type-head search bars. It discards emitted values that take less than the specified time between outputs. It waits for a pause in emissions before passing the latest value. In the given example, every time $next is called, debounceTime 400 starts a 400 milliseconds timer. If a new value arrives before that timer finishes, the previous value is discarded and the timer resets. Only when 400 milliseconds passes without a new emission does it let the very last value through. Section 5. Higher-order mapping operators. This is where RxJS gets really powerful, especially for handling async actions like HTTP requests inside other streams. These operators map a value to a new inner observable and manage the subscription for you. SwitchMap is the most common one you'll see in Angular. When the source emits a new value, it unsubscribes from the previous inner observable and switches to the new one. This is perfect for cancelling old, outdated requests. In given example, when search$next Angular is called, switchMap subscribes to mock HTTP Angular. Before that can complete, search$next React is called. SwitchMap immediately unsubscribes from the pending Angular request and subscribes to a new mock HTTP React request. This prevents outdated results. mergeMap subscribes to every inner observable it receives and emits their values as they arrive. It runs things in parallel and is great when you don't want to cancel previous operations. In given example, in a real click scenario, each click would trigger mergeMap. It would create a new mock save observable and subscribe to it without cancelling any previous saves that might still be in progress. This allows multiple save operations to run concurrently, with results being emitted as they complete. concatMap guarantees order. It maps each value to an inner observable but waits for the previous one to complete before subscribing to the next. It processes your async operations sequentially. In given example, concatMap receives update and subscribes to mock API update. It waits 1 second for it to complete. Only then does it process the next value, refetch, subscribing to mock API, refetch, and waiting another second. This ensures the operations happen strictly one after another. exhaustMap is the bouncer of mapping operators. If it's already busy with an inner observable, it will ignore all new source values until that inner observable completes. In given example, when the button is first clicked, exhaustMap subscribes to the mock save operation. If the user clicks the button again while that save is still in progress, during its 2-second duration, exhaustMap will completely ignore the new click event. Once the save is done, it's ready to accept a new click. Section 6. Error handling and sharing. Things can go wrong. Graceful error handling is crucial, and so is optimizing network requests. catchError lets you intercept an error from a stream and handle it. You can log it, show a UI message, or return a new, fallback observable. In the given example, our stream is designed to fail immediately using throwerror. The catchError operator intercepts this error object. Inside its function, we can perform side effects like logging the error. Crucially, we must return a new observable. Here, we return off, which provides an empty array as a fallback, allowing our application to continue running smoothly. When an error is transient, like a network blip, retry can save the day. It automatically resubscribes to the source observable a specified number of times when an error occurs. In the given example, our flaky API $is designed to fail on its first 2 attempts. The initial subscription fails. Retry 2 catches this and resubscribes. The second attempt also fails. Retry 2 catches it again and resubscribes for the last time. On this third total attempt, the API succeeds and emits success. And finally, a huge optimization tool. ShareReplay allows multiple subscribers to share a single subscription to the source. It also catches and replays a specified number of emissions to new subscribers. It's the number one way to prevent duplicate HTTP requests in Angular services. In the given example, we create a shared data $observable using ShareReplay 1. When subscriber A subscribes, the underlying HTTP $observable is executed and making expensive API call is logged. When subscriber B subscribes, it does not trigger a new API call. Instead, ShareReplay shares the ongoing execution and will give it the result once it's available, effectively preventing duplicate work. And that's a wrap. Those are the 20 RxJS operators that will cover 95% of what you need to do in Angular. From creating streams with off and from, to transforming with map, handling async with switchMap, and optimizing with ShareReplay. Don't try to memorize them all at once. The key is to understand the problem each one solves. Bookmark this video, come back to it, and practice. What's your most used RxJS operator? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see what you are all working with. If you found this guide helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and ring that notification bell. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, and keep building amazing things.